Hey everybody, hope everything is well for you guys. Yeah, man, just kind of feeling a little tired and worn out. You know, it's been really hot. Been doing a lot of work here around the house. Just figured I'd go ahead and fire up some cities. Starting up, or rather, continuing on my last city, Kushington Heights, the population of 30K. Last stream I had a hell of a time getting out of the red, but we did finally find a good balance. So I'm hoping now that we have a little bit more of a balance, we can start moving forward. Build a couple of bypasses, a couple of districts, and that's about it. We haven't delved into public transit just yet, and I'm kind of waiting to get my roads organized a little bit better. So yeah, here we are. Here we are. Let me just turn my mic down. I'm blow your eardrums talking my face off here. Alright, let's turn the game volume down a little bit. Okay. Now that I'm not yelling in your ears, yeah, this is kind of what we're working with right now. So, before this area got really clogged up, we had a ton of traffic. We're able to fix that. So basically what we've done is we've added a couple of lanes so you can do right, left. You basically always want to have like a small lane going into a big lane, going into a big lane, unless it's kind of a bypass. Now if you look over here, it's kind of hidden. There's a huge bypass that actually links the inner and outer traffic, right? So you can see this highway is actually a big loop. See that there? So at any given time, you can loop in and loop out. Now the problem becomes, now you see we have a problem with density. The issue with this obviously is the fact that there is a road maintenance vehicle. So in order for people to pass, just like any other kind of highway, just put in another lane, come to your update tool. So this update tool will allow you to just quickly update. Boom. Boom. So now, hopefully, there we go. Well, traffic isn't quite smart enough to pass him, but on the next go around it will be. So we've opened up these a little bit, definitely made these some broader streets. We've got some residential. We do have some mixed residential commercial, which is kind of cool. These buildings before the update didn't actually tend to work all that well, so I'm actually glad, like this is kind of the first time I'm really seeing these types of buildings at this point. Now obviously I'm having some issues with garbage, right? So we're definitely going to have to figure out, recycling centers are good to have.
This is an emergency broadcast to all
citizens. Let's go ahead and we're going to have to find more space.
Fires are currently spreading.
Alright, we are going to have to find more space. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to our land buying tool. Purchase that. Alright. So we do have kind of a landfill situation over here. Now what we can do is we can actually extend our road a little bit. Let's make a 3-lane here. And so this is basically just going to be an access road for now in order to have a recycling facility. Alright, so I'm hoping that this will decrease the amount of garbage in tow. So one of the things you can do is if you come here, you can actually add upgrades. But just keep in mind, you know, it gets expensive. So yeah, we've made a little interior road here. The trucks are going to go out and start doing their thing. I think there's a way, yeah, you can actually keep an eye on it. If you select your... You'll start seeing them. And so hopefully they'll make their way around it, because obviously these guys need their garbage taken. Like, no one wants to live in a fucking pile. Even the people that live in piles don't really want to be there. So... Alright. Definitely got some fires. I really need some fire protection. That's the one thing I haven't really implemented. definitely need some fire protection here. Now, I try to put city services on like main roads, right? Because the idea is if they're on a main road, they can just zoop in and zoop out, you know. So, but here we have so this highway will actually kind of loop back around. It becomes a 2-lane, right? So you can it'll actually split in a meaningful way. Now you can add a third lane and then add a 2-lane. Like, it really just depends on how much traffic is coming through any given area. So, but the idea is if they can get on the highways quickly, they can get on and off and out of the main city, right? So ideally, these streets will remain unclogged is kind of the idea. So that way, you can actually increase the amount of density, right? So this is kind of like a nice realistic city to a certain extent. You have, small highways that kind of feed in and out. Kind of comes into our industrial area, right? Now at some point, I have a lot of north. Which direction are we faced here? I can't tell which way is north. But anyway, we have a lot of north-south direction going on. At some point, we're going to need to basically do the same thing we've done over here and encapsulate a block like a cell. Okay, and then encapsulate this block as a cell. Kind of go from there. Now, to avoid places getting too dense, you can also, put in a bunch of farms over in this area, or put in some resource generating things, which will also increase your funds, right? So, say for example, let's see if we have any viable land here. So, if you go over to your information panel over here on the top left, you're going to go to it's like third from the bottom, natural resources. Now, unfortunately, you can see this is going to be a problem, right? Like, I can't really put a whole lot here. Now, this looks like a pretty good area. We could put some farms in here. That wouldn't be a problem. The only issue we're going to run into is that it's actually feeding the main power grid from other cities, right? So it kind of doesn't really help us. But there are some other things we can do. We can build another city block here. I'm still concerned about the garbage. I'm not sure where all the trucks are. I don't know if they're too far. If they just can't like make it. What? But I'm hoping this guy. Let's see. I'm hoping this guy. Okay, so he's full. I'm hoping that the garbage will kind of even its way out here. I know that's been one of the main complaints is like there's mad garbage. So yeah, this is your happiness scale. So it'll kind of tell you where the people are. So obviously the bottom, third down from the bottom says poor garbage services. So obviously if you got garbage piling up in your neighborhood, it's, file that under less than ideal, right? So, but I'm hoping these trucks, they're making their way. I think I might just make buy a couple pieces of land and just make another bypass or another main highway, kind of like an in and out, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, right now, basically, we have a pretty extensive income. We're literally just kind of waiting for the garbage to even out. We're going to add some more city services where they're needed. So I think I'm going to make kind of a city on the hill. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a nice 6-lane road. I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to bring this up. And then basically we're just going to try and... See, that's going to be weird. I think we're going to have to come up a slightly larger slope here. Alright. Might not work the way I want it to work, but we'll figure it out. That does work, albeit it's a little wonky. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, that's not great. Not really digging that. Let's see here. Want that 90. Yeah, so that's definitely a little weird, but basically we're going to kind of make these kind of higher density, like upper scale maybe, and then maybe you come down this way, right? You have like just a small spot here. Maybe you just have a little fishing community, you know? So what you can do is go into your zones, go to your waterfront housing, click on that. Now hopefully that seems to be causing pretty severe issues. And oh, I see why. So that makes sense. Uh-huh. So we're missing some power. So we're going to take our regular power pole, just zoop that right over here. And that should, it's connected. Oh, this side's not connected. So that's the one thing. You always got to make sure they're actually connected. Okay, there we go. So now we have a whole grid that's being powered. Now what's the other issue? Obviously they need some sewage lines put in. So we'll just kind of make a straight shot. You know, it's one thing you'll learn about me. I'm not super organized. I mean, it looks these cities are much better than the ones that I had built prior. Oh yeah, so we're gonna just make like a little waterfront community over here. Maybe a couple of small. Oh, let's do some row housing. Might look quaint over here. So maybe you got some like some fancy guys by the water. A couple of apartments over this way. A couple of high rises. Go ahead and also put put some commercial here. Now what we got to do is we have to tie in that city. So we're going to take our road tool, just continue this straight line out. Basically this is going to dump out here, but we also want something that's going to be here, right? Because we don't want this traffic going this way to interfere with this traffic, okay? So now let's see. If we want traffic to go this way, right, we're going to put another on-ramp. I'm going to select my simple curve tool. One click will give you the bend. Okay. And I like to turn off the snapping because it messes with you sometimes. So you can kind of get like more of a free flow. Try to make it look kind of nice. Okay. So now I'm going to take my straight tool. And now you see how we have two lanes here. That's going to allow us to have a nice merge without causing too many conflicts. Okay, so now we have our in and we have our out. Now the other question is, okay, well, what happens if somebody wants to go this way? All right, well, let's see if this is going to be our out. What we're going to do is, let's make this a little further. So right-hand traffic. This is going to come, we're going to go page up. Oh, this might be a problem. It slopes a little steep. Let's try coming from here. Might be tough. I might have to do some finagling here. I'm going to select my curve tool again. I'm trying to make smoother lines. You know, I'm trying not to make it look like a bad plate of spaghetti, but sometimes that's just how it is. So we're going to have a nice long sweeping turn. Okay. I'm going to try to do that again. So we're going to click nice and close to this spot. It's a little steep, but I'm trying to get just enough to make that curve. Now sometimes you can click it early And then come over here and hope, yeah, see, there we go. So let's bring this curve out a little bit. Okay, now everything else should be good. Now we're going to bring this all the way. Now, I don't like this curve, so we're going to edit this a little bit better. Let's do it again, but not as bad. That's really, okay, put your guides back on. Curve that road. I want to cross over. Turn my guides back off again. Guides try to snap you to almost every single line, right? So we're going to take this guy. Okay. And then we're going to bring this. And then this is going to be another merge. Okay, so now, again, we're just making a big circuit. Big around, okay? So obviously we got a lot of people coming in. I want to try to keep the roads, you know, the intersections away from the entry and exit points. Oops, didn't want to do that either. Okay. So again, I'm gonna try to use the curve tool just to get a nice little city bend right here, right? So let's say, for example, maybe they have a couple of high density buildings, okay? Maybe they have small office. Maybe they have some commercial, right? So let's see how this builds out. Now again, we're going to get heavier traffic. Now at some point, we'll definitely have to extend these highways, make secondary highways and things like that. Now see, I don't like, sometimes the traffic's not smart enough to know not to go one of these ways, so that's kind of frustrating. And unfortunately, and I've tried, but if you take your, there are tools that you can use to basically say, hey, don't make a right-hand turn, right? So if I click on this, boom, they shouldn't make a right-hand turn. Now I find, oh, did they actually fix it? Wow, no way. Okay, so no right turn here means that they're following this line of traffic, which is excellent. All right, so we got a couple of big city buildings here, and just to build this up a little bit, we're going to kind of extend this road as much as we can, and probably put in some maybe some row homes. A couple of row homes would be nice. There we go. So the thing I find that's effective is you don't want to build too much too fast, right? You want to make sure that you have enough, enough time for your city to expand to see where you're going to need larger roads, right? Now that's a bit odd. I'm not sure why there's no pipe there, but apparently that's not going to work. For some reason, that's just not extending the sewage line. I'm not sure why. All right. But just like anything else, give yourself room to work. We have all of these tiles. I'm not sure how many tiles you can have, but there's tons and tons of tiles that need covered. So you'll get there. Not sure how we're doing on garbage here. It seems like we're doing all right. All right. So it's not too bad. It's getting a little traffic-y, but not terrible, right? It's flowing pretty good. So it's just like any other city. It's like you just can't have things that are too dense, right? So let's come in, see, let's see where we can put some things here. If we have any blank spaces, try to fill those up. Let's put a couple more row homes here, right? Like just a little, kind of little neighborhood back here. There you go. Couple more row homes. Nothing too crazy, right? Now you see they have a pretty decent entry and exit point, you know? This is kind of like a nice little intersection. And so far, so good, right? I mean, if you look at the, if we go over to our traffic view, which I'm looking for right now, well, you know, you'd think as long as I played this, I'd be able to find it, but transportation, no, that's all taxes. This is getting pretty trafficy. We're gonna have to find a better solution to what's going on over here, right? So we got a lot of this. Where's all this traffic coming from? Let's see. We got quite a few people coming from this way. So I think quite a bit of this is probably industrial traffic, right? So what we're gonna do, okay, yeah, this will be good, is we're gonna take, and okay, we're gonna buy a couple more tiles here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. I'm gonna purchase that. Now, what we're gonna try and do is build a highway. Well, not really a highway, but a bypass. So all this traffic that's going south, they're trying to get to this main drag to get to the highway. Well, we're going to see if we can split that and have them come this way. I go down. Okay. Let's see, where do we got to be? About here. Looks good. Now we're going to take this and just drag this all the way out. Hoping any luck. All right, so we're going to be getting an influx of traffic from all that stuff we built. Let's just see how it operates. A lot of cars are mostly going north. Now I say north, but I actually don't see a directional. I'm guessing, let's see. Yeah, even on here, it doesn't really give us a north, south, east, west orientation, which is kind of frustrating, but that's all right. There we go. I'm hoping that'll break up some of this traffic. Now again, all this traffic is trying to kind of siphon in this way and dump into the middle, right? Because that's our main highway, and that's like the main city, our main street in and out of our city, right? So anything that's over here that's not connected to our bypass is going to want to dump that way. So we have to make it want to dump the other way. I like to do a little page up on these. Might not be as easy like that. So hopefully you'll start seeing the industrial traffic start coming this way a little bit. There we go. We got one. I think it might just depend also how far away any given thing is. There you go. Let's go ahead and make this one go. Now again, I'm sure there's a million different ways to build a city, right? You know, and I'm sure there's people that are substantially better at playing this game, but you know, I don't think it's not really what playing games is necessarily about. You know, it's just about having a good time. You know. But now let's see if we cleared up this traffic a little bit. Doesn't seem like, oh yeah, I think so. It's not a ton, but it's definitely noticeable. You know, if you're seeing other people jump on and off of the highway over here. See, again, all those guys are coming that way. Let's make them go the other way. And also, don't be afraid to, like, we kind of have to have some off ramps, right? So we'll bring this guy up. Guy down. So it's like, you know, I'm not like a super science guy, but if you think about it, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like electrons, right? The traffic, the way it functions. It seems as though, you know, it will go the path of least resistance, right? The quickest route, you know. So if you can facilitate that by adding roads here and there, definitely help. All right, so this is getting pretty traffic-y. I'm going to see if I can't just kind of expand the road a bit. It's definitely going to cause some buildings to be deaded, but that's okay. That we're going to have to rebuild. Okay. Kind of straighten those roads out a little bit too. If I did everything right, should be pretty decent. Okay, so let's see how our other bypass out of the city's going. Okay, definitely have a high volume of traffic coming from this side. What we can do is to kind of throttle the traffic a little bit, not make it so busy, is go ahead and upgrade this to like a regular road. You can even do like a three-way or a three-lane type deal. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very frustrating. So I'll be able to kind of, yeah, there you go. Look a little bit better. Getting kind of clogged up here. Not sure what's going on. These guys are all trying to go this way. But then where do you go? Looks like you're taking a right. A lot of traffic taken right here. And they're coming down this way. All right. Okay, I get it. Let's do another little on-ramp here. Let's take this little guy, give him a little turn-a-rooney. Fix it. Let's fix it. Okay. I think we're getting a lot of industry up this way, which is causing a lot of problems. There we go. Separate some of that traffic out. There we go. That's way better. Okay. Yep. Way better. So hopefully this will clear out a little bit. Take some pressure off the main road here. So it looks like some of these guys are coming up and trying to take a left. So we have to figure out why. Is it because they want to go over this way? Where are we at? 34K. Alright, not bad. Still wait for that garbage to get picked up. Let's get some more medical clinic, extension wing, ambulance depot. Alright, so that's a pretty decked out hospital. Okay, we got a little traffic up here. What can we do to alleviate traffic? Let's do another 3-laner. Okay. Good. Got a lot of... Yeah, it's just because the maintenance truck. We do have a substantial line of traffic coming this way, though. That does happen. Filter that traffic out. There we go. Flowing pretty nicely. Got all these guys on the right track here. These guys are moving a little slow. Okay, where are you guys headed? just make some little tweaks here and there, you know. This little area is coming along nicely, albeit it's a little crooked. The only way I could get to the... Now that I see it, though, it's gonna bug me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my ADD. Go, gotta go. Gotta drive me insane. Oh. Alright, so just gonna go ahead and make some more little downtown-esque. So let's build up this downtown area a little bit. Let's get tool. Medium. Garbage, I think, has finally resolved itself. Ooh, that's not good. See if we can do a couple of small roads up here. I'm just trying to extend up on this mountain a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't call it a mountain, maybe a hill. Okay. It's a lot of traffic. So, pretty straightforward. Let's take and bring this guy here. Get over. That's why y'all don't know how to drive. I see. Gotcha. All right, here. So, let's see where we're at. Take our guy here. So obviously this is a clog. here. This guy and our 2-lane, I think, would be appropriate. I'm just gonna try to make this curve off. But be good flow. So we're gonna need some more lanes. Now sometimes you can just put a road. What is going on over here? Okay. Everybody likes being over driving on this side, huh? Okay. They're all going which way? Do what kind of up? Alright, I'm gonna fix this. This whole thing has gotta go. What the fuck is going on over here? Alright, let's fix this. Bueno. Why is this still here? Let's fix it. Let's see if that helps. Making an actual bypass. Or an actual off-ramp. Oh, that was way better. Not sure why there's people walking across the highway, but... Alright, there we go. Smooth transition into town. Oh yeah, look at that flow. Look at that. That's a nice flow right there.
Now entering thick digital games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick? Digital! Are you a man or a mountain? Digital! You ready for a game that rips out your heart and stops it to death? Digital! Then come on down to Thick Digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit them with everything we've got. Digital! Thick Digital! It's all out war.
Welcome to Denny's Denims, where we got every denim you can imagine. We got square dancing foxtrots and hide 'em away at home dirty denims. Skirts and hats, belts and boots. We can cover you head to toe if that's what you like. Even got your dang old denim leg garters for the boys who love that denim real good. You ever wear a denim vest? I'll tell you, girl, you will have them swarming. You'll see. Come on down to Denny's Denims. I'll set you up. Don't ask for Denny.
This is all underwater. I'm not sure how that's even working. So let's try. Oof, man. I can't remember how to. I thought there was a.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
The Fire and Rescue Service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
the best in men's clothing, called Chache Threads. We have all the finest silk and many other, whatever you desire. We will lay out on our table and show you everything. Then we measure you to your tip, and you will love the thread we spoke for you. A Chache Threads. You never had better.
Now entering Thick Digital Games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick? Digital! Are you a man or a mountain? Digital! You ready for a game that rips out your heart and stops it to death? Digital! Then come on down to Thick Digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive! You won't be able to take much more of this, sir! Then hit them with everything we've got! Digital! Thick Digital! It's all out war!
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. The Fire and Rescue Service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Oh.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Fire and Rescue Service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
So, working on now is just trying to put up the some post offices. Trying to fix that -3 unreliable mail service. Hoping that'll help. We'll see how it goes. Mm-hmm. That is substantial. If you can get into the like +10s, 20,000 an hour, pretty well organized city. I mean, you're not spending a lot of extra on like road maintenance and like other stuff. Locked. Nope. See how this high school is doing. Rooftop sports park. Sweet. I want to get that. That'd be cool. It's kind of a weird way to do that. I don't know why they would get off at this exit to take this, if this is like a viable exit. Oh, it's a little weird. That's a pretty cool view right there. Ooh, oh no. Like we definitely got an accident over here. Like people just getting out of the cars like, fuck it, let's go.
entering Thick Digital Games. Prepare for sensory overload.
Yeah, like that's cool. I like that. I'm gonna sculpt up the skyline here. Like putting walk paths in.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical delight. Tonight we are doing a musical tour of Italia, land of art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi shall be our guide.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Roadmate,
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. The fire and rescue service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Yes. Alright, well, we made it to the end of the video. Made it this far. Appreciate you stopping by. I got some family stuff I gotta take care of, but yeah, happy building, guys. We'll see you next time.